Parshas Devarim and Tisha. There are two occasions in Shul on Shabbos morning that the laning tune will change. Once during the laning from Parshas Devarim, and the other time during the special Haftorah, which we read on Shabbos Chazon. The tune will change to the mournful, haunted tune used in the book of Eicha, Lamentations, which we're going to read on Motzei Shabbos Tisha B'Av night. Both times on Shabbos, when the tune changes, the Psukim include the word Eicha. In Parshas Devarim, Moshe Rabbeinu is talking to Bnei Israel, summarizing all that has happened to them in the desert. One of the things he mentions is the time when he had to appoint judges, about which Moshe says in Devarim Aleph Yud Beis, Eicha esa levadi. Moshe says, how can I alone carry your difficulties, burdens and quarrels? And it indicated the need for Moshe to establish a judicial system. In the Haftorah, the prophet Yishaya is giving a rebuke to the people, and he says in Yishaya Aleph Kaf Aleph, Eicha haisa lezona. How is it possible that Jerusalem, this faithful city, has become like a harlot? The book of Eicha is written by the prophet Jeremiah, and it starts off with the word Eicha. Aleph Aleph, Eicha Yoshva Vadod. The city of Jerusalem sits all alone. The Medrash Eicha Rabba Aleph Aleph says, Shlosha nisnabu balashon Eicha. It links the three times that these three prophets prophesied with the word Eicha. Moshe, Yishaya, Yirmiyah, Moses, Isaiah, and Jeremiah. And it compares them to a noble woman who had three attendants who saw her at different stages of her life. One when she was in a calm state, corresponding to Moshe. One when she was in a precarious, dangerous state, corresponding to the time period of Yeshaya. And one when she was in utter disgrace at the time of Yirmiyahu. What were the rabbis trying to teach us? They were trying to say that there's more than just a connection. It's a causal connection between these three statements of Eicha and these three periods of time. Yirmiyahu asked at the time when the Beis HaMikdash was destroyed, Eicha, how is it possible this has occurred? To answer that question, you need to look back at the time of Yeshaya, who preceded him, where he lived at a time when the former trustworthy city of Jerusalem had become so treacherous and unfaithful. How is that possible? We need to look back at the time of Moshe, who was living at a time when the moral state of the people was in trouble. Moshe complained, Eicha esa levadi. How can I manage alone to deal with the arguments and bickering within Bnei Israel? Shlomo HaMelech, in fact, too asks a question, Eicha. And in fact, in the Tanakh, there are 18 occasions when the question Eicha is posed. Eicha is all about sorrow, all about asking, how could this have happened? How could we be facing the challenge and enduring such sorrow? Why has this happened to us? But fascinatingly, there's a 19th occasion in the Tanakh in which the same letters appear in the same order, Aleph, Yud, Kaf, Hey. But this time, which is in the book of Bereishis, in Perek Gimel, instead of reading the word Eicha, it's vowelized Ayeka. And this story takes place in the beginning, in Bereishis, Perek Gimel, Posuk Tes. Adam and Eve were hiding among the trees in the garden. Vayikra Hashem Elokim El Ha'adam. And Hashem called to the man, Vayomer lo, and he said to him, Ayeka, where are you? Surely Hashem knew where Adam was. Rabbi Mervis suggests that Hashem was saying to Adam, through this Ayeka, this is not a time to hide away. Do not be shy of your responsibility. The Hebrew word for responsibility is achrayut, and it comes from the root aleph ches resh, achar, meaning after, indicating that our response to anything after the event must be looking at it through a sense of responsibility. Interestingly, achrayut also comes from the root acher, another, somebody else other than you. This indicates that the responsible way for us to react to situations of crisis and challenge is not just to worry about ourselves, but to consider about other people around us, other people other than us. The trouble of Eicha started when Bnei Israel were bickering and Moshe complained, Eicha Rabba levadi. How can I manage this on my own? Instead of arguing with others and feeling sorry for ourselves and asking, Eicha, how can this be? We need to ask ourselves, Ayeka, where am I? What am I doing about the situation? How can I respond proactively and constructively? In times of difficulty and crisis, tragedy and challenge, instead of asking how or why this is happening, instead of saying that, we should ask ourselves, what can I do about it? Ayeka, how can I contribute to making the world a better place? It all depends on asking the right question and behaving in a responsible fashion. Good Shabbos and have a meaningful Tisha B'Av.